Good day to you, Willard Shepard at Willard Shepard Law and Media on the Miami Community News Network on In the Know. And we are here at the Florida Bar Convention, and the Gwen S. Cherry president is with us today. This is Lotoya Brown coming to us here from the site where we've been learning a lot to make sure that you and I are all up to speed as attorneys, but also giving a platform for you and the other bar presidents to let people in our community know that we are there for them.
Well, I am so happy to be here. Thank you for having me on your platform to say.
Oh, 1,000%. There we go.
So,
yes. First of all, for people in our community that many times don't feel like that they might be able to afford an attorney. And those of us that have been blessed to be able to have this education, I know one of your primary missions is making sure that we can serve communities who think that they might not get any service. So educate us about that.
Okay, so, one of the initiatives that we did this year, and I have to do a little bit of a shameless plug, I am a staff attorney at Dade Legal Aid as well, where we focus on pro bono.
Which does great work in our community.
Yes, absolutely.
I had people come to you for expertise before.
Yes, absolutely. And we are here to help serve. And with Gwen S. Cherry, we kind of partnered with Dade Legal Aid to talk about pro bono service, and what the attorney, on the attorney side, is providing that element of service to the community by taking on certain cases to help those who are indigent, low income, less of means, and they're able to get legal services. So Gwen S. Cherry, our service is in our blood. So we wanted to make sure that we had that opportunity for us to connect with an organization who focuses on pro bono, and that we're able to provide that platform to our constituents in our community. As well as there are many attorneys who are, if you send us an email, info@Gwen S. Cherry or GSW, GSCW, BWLA, that might be a little bit long, but look it up, Gwen S. Cherry, Black Women Lawyers Association. Send us an email. We're able to provide connections with attorneys who are able to and willing to provide service.
Tell me about the progress that has been made in this area. Here at the Bar Convention, the president-elect is an African-American woman. You're obviously in your position. We have the president of the Miami-Dade County Bar Association is now an African-American woman. Tell us about the progress that has been made in this area, but also the responsibility you and these other fantastic women carry.
Okay, so this has been an exceptional year for Black women, and I'm going to say that out loud and without any hesitation. The fact that we have two sitting presidents, or president-elect and the actual president of Miami-Dade, is phenomenal. It is something that is so needed, because as a Black women's organization, we have, we want to support each other. And with Gwen S. Cherry, what we did is, as far as making sure that we're promoting them in their respective positions, but we want to make sure that the plight of Black women attorneys is also highlighted. So, for example, we've done many initiatives and activities that are focusing on Black women attorneys and what they're doing in the law, and how they're focusing and balancing, and especially seeing how some of them are moms, say as a mom, and she was able to not only do what she's done to become the president-elect, we want to make sure it capitalize on her value and what she knows, and we brought her in, and she's brought wonderful and tremendous experience to giving us quality understanding about what it's like to be a Black woman lawyer, and also being able to juggle it all.
How does that give you greater insight? Of course, you do everything you can to help any person who calls you or contacts you. But when you take a look at being able, especially in that community, which many times is underserved in our legal world, in our medical world, in our educational world, to be able to provide them services so that they too can have opportunities, and if they need due process, that they actually get it.
Okay. So one of the things that we definitely did this year is we partnered with the Florida Justice Center. So, it's interesting, especially Black women, Black males, our community that we try to focus on. Of course, as women, we want to focus on their issues, maternal death rate, that kind of ideas, healthcare law. But this year, we wanted to focus on rights restoration, other community issues, such as housing, landlord-tenant issues, regular filing for expungements. So we partnered with Florida Justice Center. We had a wonderful community outreach back in the month of April. And with that community outreach, we were able to serve many different persons to provide them with the knowledge and the know-how to get their sealing and extended for some of their convictions, getting them the pro bono day legal aid opportunities, and making sure that they are aware of what they needed in order for them to succeed as well. So again, we're out in the community. We want to make sure that all of our constituents, not only who we focus on as the gist of the organization and what was the characterization of the organization when it was started, but we want to make sure that our whole community knows that we're here and we're focusing on making sure that they can move to the next level with legal services, because that is not having legal representation is such a hard thing, especially right now. But we want to make sure that that people know that we're here.
Tell me about your journey, and you're in many ways uniquely qualified to be in this position as I say, Madam President.
Thank you.
Because of your work in the community, your work with ChildNet, the types of things that you've seen in your legal career that I presume and believe that you take to heart.
Absolutely.
So talk about how that and what you've seen along the way impacts on what you're trying to do now.
So mine is a varied journey. I will start off by that. Usually people know exactly what they're going to do from young and they go straight forward. I always knew I wanted to be an attorney. I absolutely knew that. However, I ended up in education first. I started out in the field of education. I was an educator, and then I moved. I transitioned into law because you know what happened? I was working at a alternative school. Mm-hmm. At that time, I had to go to the actual Broward County Jail. And at that time, I saw one of my old students, and that broke my heart. Recognizing that I don't know if I had failed that student, but I also know the legal side of what that looked like. So that was the progression into moving back into my first love, and my first love became the law. So as I worked as an attorney, I've had varied experiences as well. Worked with Sunny Isles Beach, I worked at ChildNet, I'm now working with Day Legal Aid and seeing the different areas, and one thing remains the same. Minorities, lack of representation, and especially when it comes down to women, mothers, and how that also fits into their life. So being in this this position of being the president of a Black women's organization, and showing that as a mother, because there's an element of mothering that comes through the spirit of being a woman, that mothering, that nurturing environment to bring in and want to make the community feel whole. And that is what I felt when I saw my ex-student. That is what I felt when I was going through different experiences in the law. And this is what I feel now. We wanted to make sure that we brought to the forefront the humanity, the nurturing aspect of what it was like to be needing legal representation, how we could help.
I want to ask you about technology, something that has been focused on in seminars here,
yes,
getting our CLE credits, is AI technology, making sure that it's not misused, following the rules for that, but also the benefits of technology. You know, Prevail has all this set up here, so we're able to be on the Miami Community News Network and then the platform, and that this type of technology can be extremely beneficial. I've seen that, I think, in our communities, and especially our underrepresented communities, that it opens a door for people. They don't have to go to the courthouse. They can use a smartphone or device. Tell me what your thoughts are about that, and making sure that on both sides, people who need legal assistance can take advantage of this, but also those that are in diversified firms and have different backgrounds don't get left out of using this technology.
Safeguard and responsibility. I believe that technology is always going to be the way of the future. It makes things smarter. We can work more efficient, produce better results, keep track and tabs of many different things. So I feel that it's so necessary in order for us to get with the times. It's not brick and mortar. Sometimes it's a lot more remote, hybrid opportunities so that we can access and provide access to a lot more persons than if we're doing it the old school way. But again, not only are we going to do it, and we should include it, but we have to also be, like I said, safeguard our personal information, our clients' information, and have more responsibility to do what we need to do in order to safeguard that, so that we can make sure that we have a lot more persons who are able to access information.
Awesome. thank you for being with us. I want you to give one more opportunity for those in our community who need to reach out and need assistance, want to find you, find the other counselors. How do they do that?
Okay. Well, please, we are so happy to help any person who needs help. We are the Gwen Cherry Black Women Lawyers Association. Again, I'm the president, Lotoya Brown Esquire. And for the foreseeable future, I want to make sure that you know that we are here to serve you. If you just Google us, the Gwen Cherry Black Women Lawyers Association, you will come up on our page. Email us, as email contact information. You can follow our links and be able to follow us also on social media. We have a Facebook page, we have an Instagram. Keep up to date with us. And again, if you need any assistance, we are also, like I said, a partner with Dade Legal Aid to do pro bono. If you need legal assistance, you can also try it. Again, we are here to serve you, and we're so grateful that we can provide this type of help to the community at large.
All right, Madam President, thank you very much for your time.
Willard, thank you so much for having me.
Great for being with you on In the Know on the Miami Community News Network, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.